Okay, you ready?
Yeah, don't spoil. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes. I'm AJ. I'm the fiance. This shirt is outdated. It's old. So, do you want to explain what we're doing today?
Sure. We are in the midst of wedding planning, and we haven't had any drama ourselves yet. It's still early though. But
Too soon to tell.
scooch a little bit. But wedding planning is notorious for being filled with drama, and there are lots of stories online. Thank God for the internet. So we're just gonna react to some. I feel like I honestly didn't find very many like really dramatic ones. I found some that are just like funny. It's like what the people are just so weird, you know? What about you?
Yeah.
What did you find?
Yeah, I struggled to find like crazy ones that make you be like, what? But I would just want to see your reaction to some of these stories and discussions and people replying to these.
Mm-hmm.
So,
We can kind of go back and forth if you want. I have two that are just related to wedding invitations that aren't dramatic at all. They're just funny. Like I laughed at them. So I
Okay.
wanted to share them with you real quick.
sure.
The first one is actually something I could totally see myself doing. So that's why I'm sharing it. This girl posted and she said, I made a rookie mistake. She said that she finished up the guest list and she was going to order the save the dates. And so she was like, how many do I order? The number of guests. So she didn't account for household. So she ordered 110 save the dates, but there's only 47 households to send them to. I thought that was
That's kinda
funny.
dumb. So households are gonna be receiving like 3 of them.
No, she's just gonna have like 60 or 70, however many that is, that she doesn't need.
Yeah, but you always want to keep a couple extra.
60 of them. But it's funny because other people are like, I did the same. So I just put that in because I thought it was funny, and it's like, now we know. Don't do that.
Yeah.
You probably wouldn't do that, but I feel like I could see myself doing that. And then
I
this
probably
other
could've done
one, I just thought it was so funny because it's so random. I'll just read you exactly what she said because it's short, and then I'll show you the photo. So she said, I got the most bizarre response to my wedding invite today. One of my mom's family members sent us a card and a $50 check, but felt the need to write us a note saying our invite was the most impersonal and business-like invitation
Oh my
she
God.
has ever seen. Which it's not like a standard wedding invite. Like normally you put a photo of the couple on it, and it's just like a wave, a beach wave, like background.
Why did they feel the need to reply
I
to
don't
that?
know. I thought it was so funny because it's like you didn't need to say that. I will only be taking complaints if they're accompanied by $50 from here on out. Send her a thank you card after the wedding, white copy paper typed in Times.
MLA format.
That's funny. I just thought that was
Nice.
so
This is
bizarre.
random.
Like people are just so weird. Like why did they feel the need to respond like that? Anyway, those were just two funny ones.
Some people, I feel like they're very main character energy, so when they see something, they're like, oh, they didn't keep me in their thoughts when they were making this specifically, like they didn't tailor it to me. I'm offended. And then
Is
Yeah.
that what they meant by impersonal? Like it should be like a wedding. The wedding invite is like personalized to each guest because that's ridiculous.
I don't know if that's what they meant. I think maybe like they would have liked a picture of the couple
Yeah.
on it.
I mean, it definitely wasn't like a standard wedding invite,
Yeah.
but you don't need to comment and say it's in person.
And thanks for the $50 though.
Yeah. Anyway, I thought those were funny ones that were just to like start out with.
Okay. I was looking for like 30 minutes earlier and I only managed to save 2 of them.
You said you had 3.
I thought I had 3. All right. First one. This one's a discussion. It's a question
Okay.
to other Redditors. And I thought it'd be interesting to sort by controversial to the responses. So the question is, why did you wear white to someone's wedding?
Oh boy. I've seen many. I have one that kind of relates to you.
And some of the highest voted ones are, I didn't wear a white dress, but it was such a pale baby pink that it could have been mistaken for white, and it looks white in the photos. But back then, she didn't think anything of it. The dress was a smart dress, and it wasn't like, didn't have any florals on it. It wasn't like a bridal dress at all. But she would never wear it again, because now she knows that that's how it comes out in photos.
I feel like, I don't know, like as a guest to a wedding, you should always just like not wear super light colors. Like that's just something you should think about. Like
Mm-hmm.
even if you're like it's pink, if you recognize that it's a super light like pale pink, it's probably gonna look white at certain angles or in certain lighting. Yikes.
Yeah, you have to kind of err on the side of darker. You don't want to. Yeah, you don't have like a super light and neutral color.
Yeah.
Someone says, I've worn ivory to 2 weddings. My mother wore ivory to mine. It's only a thing if that bride makes it a thing.
No.
Brides didn't wear white until Queen Victoria wore white. Rules of etiquette evolve over time, and most women don't wear hats and gloves these days. I don't think a coworker or cousin in a short, pale cocktail dress will ever be mistaken for the bride. Also, if you're not in the wedding party, you likely won't make it in their album either.
Okay, hold on. The argument is not you're gonna get mistaken for the bride. The argument is it's the bride and the groom's day, so don't look like them. Like don't, like, you know what I'm saying? They think that people are mad because it's like, oh my gosh, she got mistaken for the bride. That's so annoying. No, wait, that's similar to this one.
Go ahead.
It was my mother-in-law asked me if she could wear white to my wedding, and I said absolutely not. And she said, what about ivory or champagne? Ivory is white. I don't know why the argument is, oh, ivory is a different shade. Like, when you go wedding dress shopping, you pick your shade of white.
Mhm.
Ivory is an option. Like, ivory is white. That person's saying ivory.
What about champagne?
I think champagne is not white,
Do you think
but
that...
it is pretty light still. So I think, like I ruled that out for bridesmaids because I was like, it's still very light. I think, like, if you're a considerate person and you wanted to wear a champagne colored dress to someone's wedding, I think you should ask them first.
Okay.
Well, I guess it depends on. I think if you're like this, the mother-in-law, I don't think if you're like that immediate a family, you shouldn't show up to their wedding in champagne without asking first because it's just very similar. Yeah?
No, yeah, she asked, and the bride said no twice probably.
Yeah. Also, sorry, this is not related, but it's in this post, so I'll just finish it out real quick. They're also renting a limo for the mother-in-law and her sister and her nephews to come to the wedding, but the wedding party isn't having a limo.
What?
It's so random. Like,
They're
why?
renting the limo?
The mother-in-law is renting the limo for her and a bunch of
Oh
her
my
sisters
God.
and nephews.
They're totally trying to show them
I
up
know. It's
at their
so
own wedding.
stupid.
Oh man, that's bad.
Yeah. Who shows up in a limo for someone else's wedding? That's what someone said. Anyway, that's kind of relevant, but the rest was relevant, so I just wanted to share that one. We can continue with those, though, if there's more controversial responses.
There's not too many. The other ones were saying, you know, it's just kind of like in European countries and the Western world that's a trend, but like there are people saying that, you know, my mom's from different countries. She didn't know. Someone had to tell her.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and she just wore it by accident. Like,
Yeah.
she didn't know.
That makes sense.
And, you know. But also you can Google it, and that's probably one of the first things that pops up.
Yeah, I feel like if you're like, I mean, unless you like have a dress in your closet and you're like, this is what I'm wearing, and that's the extent of your decision, consideration, that doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? Unless that's the case, I feel like if you like go Google like mother of the bride dress, none of them are gonna be white. Like if you're looking for that kind of dress, you're not gonna find a white one. So you have to like go out of your way to get a white dress. I don't know. That's kind of silly to me.
Oh, I read a great response to this one, but I can't find it right now. But it was basically, she said, I wore white because, and this had like a bunch of negative votes. I wore white because the bride told me I couldn't wear black. So then she wore white instead.
Oh my gosh, that's that friendship is over for sure. That's so petty.
She's like, the bride can't tell me what to wear.
Oh my god.
Which, you know, to a certain respect, I agree
that's
with.
true. But to go so far as to then wear white just because of that, come on.
You gotta come from the bride's perspective. They're probably just doing it for the pictures to turn out nice. And I mean, That's not bad saying. Please don't wear
Yeah.
these two colors implicitly. The white's implicit.
Yeah. I think like we're not planning on requesting a certain palette for all our guests, but like I feel like if you do, maybe it's slightly annoying because your guests are gonna have to go buy something in that palette if they don't have
Yeah,
it. But
yeah.
like even if you do that, you're the one paying for the wedding. Like it's not like you're like, you know what I mean? Like it's your wedding. If you want it to look a certain way, it's fine. Like if they have that big of a problem with it, they don't have to come.
You just gotta compensate your guests well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like requesting no black isn't that crazy. Like
That's what I was
it's
saying.
a dark color. It like stands out a lot.
It's not as bad as saying like you should all wear this color.
Yeah, it's not like she was telling her what to wear.
Yeah.
She was just saying, please don't wear this one color.
Yeah.
Which again,
a
little high maintenance, but if it's
I would
her
never
wedding,
do that though.
Yeah.
Like we're not gonna do that for our wedding.
Yeah.
Like, except for the white one, but that shouldn't have to be said. That's kind of like an unsaid rule.
If someone shows up in white, you should.
Ooh, it's on site. We're escorting them out.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Yeah. Do you have some more? I only have one.
I have
left,
a lot.
so.
I wasn't necessarily gonna share all of these. I was just saving random ones. Let me see. Oh, okay. This one is another one that's not like a ton of drama. It's just weird. It's like why? Okay. So she says, am I being dramatic or are my feelings valid here? My friend is getting married next summer and I'm getting married in fall. I told her about a venue I was going to look at in an entirely different state than where we live and she booked it. My fiance and I went on a different route because of it. I told her about my idea for engagement photos and she just had hers done. Ours are next month. I saw the sneak peek and it's exactly what I had mentioned we were going to do. We were also chatting about colors and she just texted her entire group chat of bridesmaids a color I was considering but hadn't committed to. I literally only mentioned 2 colors to her that I couldn't decide between. At this point, I'm surprised she didn't do both colors. She says, at this point, I feel like I have to quit talking all plans with her or we're going to have the same wedding, lol.
Yes.
And she said, she asked me to be a bridesmaid in her wedding, but I am not planning on doing the same. At this point, I'm so annoyed I feel like dropping out, maybe I should hold off and see if things resolve itself. So it's not like super dramatic, but it's like, why? Why is she copying everything? That's weird, you know?
She lives out of the state and then fell in love with.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so bad.
I think it's a state different from both of them.
Oh.
Oh, no, they both live in the same state. So she said, I was looking at a venue in an entirely different state. So, like, the person who made this post was, they were going to do a destination wedding to a different state, and then her friend saw that venue and booked it. So now they're doing a destination wedding there. It's so... Also, what makes it worse, which I saw people saying, is the friend is the one getting married first. So if she gets married in the summer and then the person who made this post goes in the fall,
looks like
it's going to look like she copied everything.
Oh, man.
It's just like, it's just weird. It's like, why would you do that, you know? I don't get it. And to copy
there's
the
a lot.
engagement photos,
I might be
weird.
reading in between the lines here, but that sounds like a very toxic friendship. Like,
It's like, it almost feels like this one, the friend is like jealous, which is weird because like she's engaged and planning a wedding. Like why, like I don't know. It seems like she like wants what this person has.
and you know what's the sad part? She does want all that, but she probably doesn't even know, like, she doesn't have the self-awareness to think, oh, I'm stepping on all her toes and I'm copying all her plans. She thinks, wow, that's a great color, let me use it. Like, and not with no self-awareness that she's, I don't know, it's not disrespect, it's just weird. It's
weird, yeah.
It's very weird.
And like, this girl's a bridesmaid in her wedding, but she's not gonna be one in hers. Ooh, that's gonna start some drama. Start mentioning things you aren't planning to do and see if she does those.
That's true. Yeah, it's pretty embarrassing, but from an outsider's look, it'll look embarrassing for the original poster.
Yeah, exactly.
But the problem is the timing.
Yeah.
But like knowing the facts that she was caught, that is super embarrassing. Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone in the comments is like, what is wrong with her?
That just reminded me of Rachel from Friends naming her
her
kid.
Hey, Monica said that was okay. She didn't.
I know, but that was like the name that Monica loved since she was little, right?
Yeah. Honestly, I want to see like a part 2. Like if she starts saying, like telling her stuff she's not gonna do. I want to hear.
Like, actually, we're going on a cruise for our wedding.
Actually, we're just gonna go to the courthouse and elope. Here's the address of the courthouse we're going to, if you're interested. You're looking. You can't spoil it for
It's just
yourself.
like-
We
it's
need
just
your
a title.
natural reaction.
Alright.
Let's see, what was this one? I don't know if that one's good enough. I guess I can read it to you. This one, I think like, this one's a little tough, I think, to take a stance on.
Okay.
Because
Good, that's
there's
what we're
money
here.
involved
Ooh.
and it's not the bride and groom's money. So that
Okay.
can make it tough because like how much flexibility do you have? Anyway, so she said, it's a future mother-in-law. So the mother-in-law wants to pay for the rehearsal dinner and for everyone. Like she wants to fund the whole rehearsal and rehearsal dinner.
Okay.
So she picked out a pricey restaurant and she booked it without confirming with the bride and groom first. The
That's
reservation
not
only
good.
the reservation only allows 30 people. We have 6 bridesmaids and 6 groomsmen with their plus ones and family members such as grandparents and my parents. That leaves no room for either of our out-of-state family members, but she wants some of my fiance's family on the list. We would have to remove bridesmaids and groomsmen's significant others, and with removing those people, it would still leave no room for my family. I truly want all of our out-of-state family there, but with this restaurant, it's not feasible. We've tried telling her multiple times about changing the rehearsal dinner venue, but she won't budge. How can I tell her nicely that we can't do the rehearsal dinner at the place she wants? So it's tough because she's paying for the whole thing, but it's also like she didn't consult with them at all. And at the end of the day, it should be a gift to them. It shouldn't be like, this is my event that I'm planning. Like from the mother-in-law's perspective, it's like if you're gonna offer to pay for that, that's very generous. But you should. I would hope that you'd be doing it like selflessly and like as a gift because you want to help them and help pay for their wedding, and not as like this is the plan and you have no say, you know? Because it's still their wedding.
Yeah.
But it's still hard because it's her money. So it's hard to be like, no, we're not going to go to the place you want, even though you're the one paying for it, you know? What do you think? It's tough.
Was there money paid already? Like.
Yeah, but it says that the wedding is in the spring of 2024, so she still has time to get her deposit back from the restaurant. So it
Okay.
seems like they could cancel.
So
and
she's
she
just
wouldn't
not
lose
budging.
money.
Okay, it's totally the mom's, the MIL's bad for not budging. Like they asked
Yeah.
politely, probably, like, hey, you are excluding the bride's family
Mm-hmm.
completely, and we're not gonna cut plus ones for.
Yeah, because that's crappy.
The
Like they're your
bridesmaids.
bridal party. You can't cut their plus
Can't treat them
ones.
like crap like that.
Yeah.
So I think it was very irresponsible. Like the mom was definitely, she started the situation in the wrong by not consulting them and just booking
Mm-hmm.
and not even coordinating with them at all and like figuring out a count. She was just like, oh, I'm booking.
Yeah. Also, she said that she picked out a pricey restaurant, so it's like if she would have just gone with something less expensive, then she probably could have gotten more
Yeah.
guests,
Yeah.
and then it wouldn't be an issue. Like she just had to pick a bougie place. Yeah. But the situation's hard because, like, the solution is to cancel this and go somewhere else, right?
Yeah.
But clearly the mother-in-law doesn't want to do that, and you can't ask her, can you please pay for this one instead? So like they're gonna have to probably pay for it themselves if they want to do it somewhere else because she's not budging, which is pretty crappy
Yeah.
because she offered to pay for it. But you know, like you can't be like, we don't want to do your place, can you pay for this one instead? You know, it just puts me in a crappy situation.
It was a nice thought, but the
Execution was bad.
yeah, stuff with weddings is not the time to be springing surprises and being like, oh, I planned this. Like
Yeah.
that's just not. That's not the right time or place. If you want to surprise them with a gift, you can do so as a wedding gift, not like
Mhm.
something that involves people and like that's something that's usually a core part of
Yeah.
a wedding.
And like if she's
Oh my god, do you want to get married?
wait, you should rephrase
Oh, sorry,
that.
sorry. Do you want to have a wedding rehearsal? Dinner?
Too late now.
Oh, it's too much. Oh, interesting. This is the music performer asking, should I tell the bride that her song is really creepy? I'm a ceremony.
I'll be watching.
Cue that song. I'm a ceremony musician, and occasionally brides pick terrible songs to walk down the aisle to. One example was a bride wanted to walk down to La 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 by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. We have to.
I don't know what that
We
song
have to
is.
listen to it because I don't really know what that is.
Okay.
Here, you want to listen to it real quick?
Yeah, just real quick. Red Hot Chili Peppers are gonna copyright us.
Oh, we can't monetize this?
I wanna spend my life with you, mess around with things to do. We could start a family feud. Life's so hard they'll think we're rude. Act just like my broken dad.
It doesn't sound great for a walk-up song, right?
Is
It's
it
just
gonna
two
get worse?
chords. Alright, we gotta get to the La 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 part.
Yeah, okay.
The vibes are creepy.
Is that what he means? The vibes are
I think so. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if she likes it.
It is a little weird, but it's not like it wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
Okay.
But continue.
Yeah, he's saying he doesn't think that they're good walk down the aisle songs. Like, they're not. Like, that's kind of. He's calling this a creepy and sad song based on, like, the music.
Mm-hmm.
And he's asking, should I tell them? Should I steer them into a more peaceful and joyful tune, or just let it be?
Yeah, because that song wasn't very like it didn't give me like happy and love starting our life together vibes. It gave me like, I don't know, it's kind of like sorrow.
Yeah,
That's what I felt.
It's interesting. So, what do you think, as a bride, if you picked a song that most people thought was weird, maybe you thought it was like, oh, this is so touching, but most people thought it was weird.
What I want to know.
Yeah.
Me personally, yes, because I'm like very self-conscious and I'm like easily embarrassed. I think though you have to be careful because it depends on the bride. There's bridezillas out there that'll like go crazy if you try to like tell them to do something a certain way.
Would you ask the musician?
Would I ask?
Yeah.
No.
You
Like, would I
see-
ask them if my song is good? I don't
Yeah.
think I would because I would just assume it is.
Mm.
I think like, oh, that's just hard because at the end of the day, it is their wedding and it's like they're paying you to do this. So like, it would be like, I'm just picturing the certain type of person who would get very upset if
Oh, yeah.
the guy told them. And she'd be like, we're paying you and you're going to try and tell me how to do my wedding, you know?
I'm taking my business elsewhere.
Yeah, like, there are definitely
Let me speak to
people-
your manager.
There are people out there who I think would get really upset if you try to tell them. So I'm like, ugh, that's a tough situation to be in.
Yeah. He ended up deciding that he's like, all right, I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah. I think, honestly, for that specific song, I wouldn't, because it's not my cup of tea. I wouldn't use it, but it wasn't horrible. Like, I thought it was going to be a lot worse when he said, like, they didn't pick a good song. If
Yeah,
they
that
were
wasn't
picking
too bad.
something like heavy metal, I might say something like, hey, maybe you want something a little more peaceful, but that wasn't that bad.
Okay, cool. Like,
What do
good
you
answer.
think?
Good
Is that
answer.
your answer?
Yeah, that was the first time of me listening to the song too, and it wasn't too bad. So that song, I would say, don't say nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, don't say anything. Say nothing. Don't say anything.
Okay, I'm sorry. All of these are about mother-in-laws, but it's just mothers-in-law? What's the plural of mothers-in-law?
Yeah, mothers-in-law.
Anyway, those just are always the most dramatic and most entertaining. This one is another one that's like, it's not that much drama, but it's like, oh, it kind of is. It's like, it's another one where I was like, why? Why do people do this? Okay, so they said that, I'll just read her words. We asked future mother-in-law for help collecting addresses, family on her side, and the friends she invited. In parentheses, she put, I know, ... And she says, turns out she used a group chat to ask them, and then some. So more people that she hadn't, yeah. Now there are multiple people whom we have no intentions of inviting, thinking they are receiving an invitation in the mail.
That's
How do we
bad.
even go about fixing this? We do not want to hurt her relationship with these folks, but we have already been more than fair and lenient on the guest list.
Oh, Mom.
I know.
Come on.
Like, why? Like, what makes you think that's okay?
Maybe it was just like a technology thing. That's so bad. You
no,
can't.
it was not a
can't
technology. She
do
figured out how to
that.
make a group chat. That's the hardest part.
You don't do that with.
I
You
know.
don't do that through group chats.
I know.
Is
That's
it-
what they said. They're like, turns out she used a group chat. Like,
Ugh. Unfixable.
yeah.
You just can't invite them, and your mom's gonna have to deal
Yeah,
with it.
people are saying it's on her. Like, that's what
She
this girl
mistakenly
said.
included extra people. Why did she think that? Did she just assume?
I bet she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get away with this because once they think they're invited, they can't invite them."
No, that's if that was her initial plan, then that's very manipulative, and
Yeah.
they cannot let that slide, or else they're going to be walked all over in their marriage.
Yeah,
Oh, Mill.
yeah. These people are saying that's on her. Just invite the ones you originally wanted to invite, and if those who don't get an invite ask why, tell them the truth. But the mother-in-law invited people who weren't actually on the list.
Yep.
Yeah, people are saying that's on her to handle, which is true. Like, they don't need to go like dealing with that. She's the one who started it. Anyway, that one was eesh. And then, sorry, this is another mother-in-law one, but it's just, oh, that's not it. It's just funny. Okay, this one is absurd. Okay,
Okay.
ready? Am I overreacting, or is my future mother-in-law unhinged? That's what she started with. Our wedding reception will be held at a hotel. It's where the reception is, and it's also where we have reserved a hotel room block for our guests. Many of our close family have already booked rooms there. My fiance and I decided that we will not be sleeping at that hotel the night of our wedding. We will be staying in a different beachfront hotel nearby, as we want to spend time just the two of us after a long busy day of being around so many people and celebrating and socializing. We'd like to be alone on our wedding night.
Fair.
It makes total sense.
Fair.
So, my future mother-in-law decided that her wedding gift to us / contribution to the wedding would be paying for our hotel room on our wedding night, which is very kind and generous of her. We told her of our plans to sneak off to the other hotel. However, she not only booked a room for myself and hubby, but also one more room for herself.
Okay, unhinged. At the beachfront place?
Yes!
Oh no.
And then she says another weird part of this is she had been helping book rooms for his siblings, grandparents, etc., and put all of them in rooms at the hotel at the wedding's at. But she never booked one for herself. She put it all of her family she's been helping book at the wedding hotel. But she booked herself.
Oh, this mom. She's so attached to the son.
Which is ridiculous.
That's so
Let
bad.
go. She says, am I overreacting to be really annoyed by this? At the end of the day, I can't control what hotel people stay at, but I feel like she's crossing a line. Which is true. You can't tell her where she can stay, but she should know not to stay there.
Okay.
That's weird.
This is not a bride problem. Fiance needs to take care of this.
Yeah.
Fiance needs to talk to the mom.
Yeah.
Is that what people are saying? This is you need to be like, Mom, this is a line, because if let's say this was me and this was my mom, if I were to not stand up for you and make you handle this and talk to my mom, that's a bad look for you.
Yeah.
And that's a bad
And for you.
and for me. That's a very bad look for me. I'm just sorry, that's not what I meant. It's trashy to make you handle something that's with my family.
Yeah.
Like, you would never expect, or what am I saying? Yeah, I shouldn't, yeah. The bride is totally justified in how she feels. She needs to communicate this to the fiance, and the fiance needs to handle this.
Yeah.
Because that is, I mean, like you said, technically, you can't tell people where to stay, but there's totally an unsaid line.
Yeah. It's weird too. It's like, what do you think you guys are all three gonna be hanging out? Why do you want to be at the same hotel as them? You're not gonna be hanging out.
No.
Someone said maybe she'd like a family room.
What's that?
Like, I think they mean the ones that are connected.
Oh.
Yeah, most people seem
that's
to be
weird.
saying to handle it and not let it slide. But some people are saying just make sure that the rooms are on different floors. And don't tell the room number.
Huh.
But then I think you should just
Nah.
nip it in the bud and
Some people are saying, what? What's that guy saying?
This person is saying something very controversial. Well, I think. This is one of those little details that don't really matter in hindsight. Honestly, she's not going to be there in the room with you. You'll really not notice she's even there. I disagree.
She sounds like the mom. Is that the mom? Is it the mother-in-law posting?
She's a mom of 2 boys, it says.
Oh, seriously?
As a mom of 2 boys, can we stop making out? We can't let go of our sons. Well, then stop doing crazy stuff. Yeah. I think this person is not understanding the relationship.
She's taking this as an attack on her.
Yeah,
These
she's
people-
taking this as an attack on all mothers of sons, but it's not. It's an attack on the ones who are weird. Anyway,
Yeesh.
yeah, that one's pretty crazy.
All right, I found one.
Okay.
This is a interesting, never heard before. Alcoholic Momzilla can't fathom the idea of a dry wedding. So
Momzilla. I've never heard that one before.
So this is a bride posting, and they're having a dry wedding.
Mhm.
They just because they don't drink, and her own mom is an alcoholic, and her fiance's brother is also an alcoholic and has had alcohol poisoning. So they just want to nip that in the bud.
Makes
No
sense.
alcohol. They want all their family there, but they don't
Yeah.
want any drama. All of our families have been supportive. My uncle was especially grateful to us for doing this because he takes his recovery very seriously and has been 7 years sober. So there's multiple alcoholics in the
Yeah.
family, and they just want to
That
dry
makes
wedding.
sense,
It's
okay.
super cool. Now today I get this call from my mom, who I sent an invitation to 4 months ago. Mom says, "Is it true you're not having alcohol at your wedding?" Yes. Fiance and I decided we didn't want alcohol during our special time. The mom says, "That's so silly. It's gonna make your wedding boring." Oh. Well, I'm sorry you feel that way, but my fiance and I have made a decision. We want everyone to feel comfortable at our wedding. Mom says, "Clearly, you don't care about my comfort. What if I want to have a little drink to pass the time?" And then she says, "Like you did at a different uncle's wedding, where you got so drunk and made a horrible scene calling the uncle's wife a gold digger." Oh my god.
Oh my god.
It wasn't my fault. They made the drinks too strong. Right. I really wish you'd address this need to have alcohol wherever you go. Alcoholism. And then the mom's like, "Well, I just think your wedding would be boring without it. You want to have a fun wedding, don't you?" And it just, there's nothing to comment on this. It's just like,
That's just, oh my god.
I haven't read the comments. Oh, I didn't even get to the bottom of this before I made this. So then the mom starts going on a rant saying, "I told you, it's not, all this stuff wasn't my fault. All this alcohol, they just made the drinks too strong. Why do you kids hate me so much? What did I ever do to deserve to be treated like this by my own children? Yada, yada, yada." And then she's like, "You didn't even let me take you dress shopping." And then the bride is like, "You didn't invite me to go dress shopping," or something, like, I don't know. Anyway, so they ended up, the result of this, the bride uninvited her own mother.
I was just gonna say that. Because I was like, I mean, I know it's your mom, but you probably don't have a great relationship with her. I feel like if you sent a wedding invite to your mom, like, I'm assuming our parents will want to keep a copy for mems, but like, if you mailed one to her, she's not very involved in your life, I feel like, because it's your mom. Like, when you, like, just next time you invite her over for dinner, be like, "Oh my gosh, look, we got our wedding invitations made, you want one?" Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that already gave me a weird vibe that she, like, had to formally invite her. So I feel like they probably already don't have a great relationship. And if she's making this big of a fuss, she's gonna be no fun at your wedding. She's gonna be, like,
Yes.
probably talking the whole time about how boring it is and how,
Yeah.
"Oh my god, I wish there was alcohol." Like, you don't want that at your wedding. And, like, it kind of shows she's, like, she isn't there for the wedding. She's like, "Where's the alcohol?" Like, she doesn't think it'll be fun, or, like, it's your daughter's wedding. You don't want to be there if there's no alcohol. You don't think it'll be a good time still because your daughter's getting married. Like, yikes. I get it. I support the bride.
Yeah, I think she made the right call there. Especially given all the history of their family and, like,
Yeah.
multiple occasions where the mom lost her bearings
Yeah.
at a weddings. Yikes.
That's an interesting one because I've seen some stuff of like the couples who are having alcohol at the wedding, but they're concerned about family members who are known to like drink like crazy, and they're like, "Is there any way I can prevent this?" And I don't know if people actually do this, but people were commenting like, have like someone who's like responsible for them without them knowing, and they like get them their drinks and get like virgin cocktails and stuff, so that like they kind of monitor how much they're drinking, so they think that like they, because they're just saying like people like that don't want to be told, "No, you can't have any more alcohol." So it's like people were saying like have someone get them just juice when they ask for another drink instead of like kind of monitor how much they're
But
having.
who? Like another family member?
I guess.
Because then, I mean, I could see that going down the drain pretty fast when the person's like, oh, this doesn't taste like anything, gets up and gets his own drink.
Yeah,
Like, you
I
can't stop
know.
somebody from getting up and say, like, no, sit down, I'll stay.
But it's an
They're all
interesting
cute.
conversation.
Yeah. Maybe the bartender.
Yeah, they said that too. Like, talk to the bartender about it and be like, this person.
Like, they should
you need,
show a
like,
picture of
be
this
careful
person.
about how much you give them. You're
Yeah,
okay
that-
to give them
okay.
fake drinks.
That's the person that's like the source of the alcohol. So
yeah.
you could be like, just go light on the. Go light on that
Yeah,
stuff.
that was the reason people were saying, like, have someone get them drinks because if you can't tell the bartender to put no alcohol because they're gonna watch them make it, you know. But you could tell them to go light on it. But they might say something and be like, "Are you skimping me on the alcohol?" I think I covered pretty much all of them. There's one more that's just like silly, I think. It's another one. These are all very similar, how it's just like these people just have main character energy and they're like,
Okay.
you need to change everything for me, basically. So she says, I've had our venue and date secured since January. She posted this in August, so it's like a month ago. So she's had the venue and date secured since January and even let immediate family and friends know the date. One family member in particular, today, it was her future husband's grandma, sent a text to my mother-in-law to let us know that her granddaughter's bridal shower is on my wedding day and to keep our schedule open. Which I don't even know what that means, keep it open. I thought it was a joke. Nope, it is in fact so inconvenient we were asked to move our date for her bridal shower. And she put I give up with a laughing emoji.
Wait, who is this in relation to them?
Her fiance's grandma. So the grandma has a granddaughter who's having a bridal shower the day of their wedding.
So like the
And she
fiance's
would-
cousin.
Yes, and
Okay.
she's requesting that they move their wedding so she can go to both instead of just not going to the bridal shower for her granddaughter because a wedding is a bigger deal.
Or move that.
Or move that. Yeah, that's a lot easier to move.
Why would that cousin plan a bridal shower for that day? I'm not saying that other bride planned it for that day because usually somebody else plans it,
Yeah.
right? But that's a bad move.
Yeah.
It's
I
already,
mean, I wonder if I don't know if the granddaughter's invited. Maybe it's like maybe they're not that close. I don't know.
possibly.
But still, like
Yeah, can you move your
like
wedding?
if it's your grandma, like she could go to her granddaughter and be like, I really want to be at your bridal shower, but my
Cousin.
other grandson, my grandson
Oh.
is getting married that day. Like, how do you pick your two grandchildren? You pick the wedding over the bridal shower. Anyway.
Yeah, grandparents always have favorite grandchildren.
You think so?
Yep. And for your grandpa, it's redacted. Bleep that part out. It means like bleeped out. Like in a transcript, if it says redacted, it means that it was removed from the transcript.
I'm not smart enough to get that joke.
No, I said redacted, so you know to bleep that part out when you're editing.
Thank you.
Okay.
I didn't know that. Anyway, yeah, people are saying, in what world does a shower keep the date over a wedding? This person said, sounds like your in-laws just won't be attending your wedding then. Boo. Happy face.
Yikes.
Anyway, that one was funny. That was my last real one. Do you have any more before the concluding post?
I found this one. It seems pretty short. I'll just skim through real quick and then pick out the details.
Okay.
Yeah, never mind. All right.
Not good.
Yeah.
Okay, the last one. This is not dramatic at all, but it is relevant to us. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
What are y'all doing with your last names?
Ooh.
She says, I really don't want to let go of mine, but I want to take my
What's the
future
last name?
husband's too. I don't
Aim?
know.
Sorry, that didn't mean to dox that person. Anyway.
She says, are hyphens tacky? Does anyone just add both last names without a hyphen? I actually think it sounds better with his name first and my last name at the end. Do people do this? Blah, blah, blah. She says, I know I can do whatever I want, but I don't want to be too out there either. So, I just thought that was interesting because we talked about this. And,
Are you gonna let me give my reaction
yeah.
before you read the answer?
There's no answer. It's whatever you want.
For if you have a last name that you're like it's not super cool, you could get rid of it. But if you have a cool last name that you want to keep like you, I think no hyphen, but just have 4 names. Like you would basically just have Prasad in your name. You just add Prasad in your name somewhere,
So
either at the end or before coffee.
so no hyphen, but
No hyphen.
2 last names, or are you saying one's a middle name? Or both, either.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't. Can you not have 2 last names?
I don't know.
Like 2
Like if
surnames?
you don't hyphenate it. I don't
I
know.
could see that being a problem in like different databases.
Yeah, I feel like the hyphen makes it one whole name. Without the hyphen, that might be a little confusing. I don't know. I'm not in that industry of whatever that is.
Okay.
But I wanted to see if like anyone had unique ideas. So people are saying hyphenating's fine. I'm hyphenating because my fiance's last name is super white and it feels culturally weird not to. This person's fiance is taking hers.
What? My fiance. Is that a guy?
No, Cass. This is a bride's.
Oh wow, the fiance.
My fiance
That is
taking
so
mine.
progressive.
We didn't want hyphens since we have long first names, but just our preference.
Good for her.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Her husband isn't stuck in the patriarchy.
Yeah. I'm a Ken.
Ugh.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not like progressive enough. The Prasads must live on.
Nah.
The Prasads must live on. You have a brother to carry on your last name. Just saying.
I'm not worried about carrying it on. I'm worried about. Not worried, but I like it. I just like the name. It's cool.
You women don't think about the Roman Empire enough.
Oh
Just
my
kidding.
God.
Just kidding.
This person. Okay, wait. I have two. There's 2 unique takes I've never heard before. Okay, ready? This person said, I knew someone who kept her maiden last name and made her husband's last name her new middle name.
That's what I was saying.
No.
Oh, wait, so you drop your middle name?
Like, no. Well, I don't know. I guess you could do either. Yeah, I think she dropped her middle name. But
Okay.
she made your last name my middle name and kept my last name.
Oh, I wasn't saying that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I was
You
saying-
didn't
I was
say- I've
saying-
never heard that before.
Sorry, I was said before, make coffee your middle name.
Yeah, that
Prasad
I've
your
heard
last name.
before.
Do
But
you
I've
like
never
that?
heard,
Prasad?
I don't know. It's kind of,
Well, what sounds better, audience? Prasad Coffee or Coffee Prasad? Drop your answer in the comments.
I don't know. I wouldn't get rid of my middle name though, so I would just have 2 middle names because I like.
Okay, so.
But yeah.
But you don't know which. I think that's a valid one. Like you. Yeah.
Here's another one I've
Okay.
never heard before. You ready? We changed our middle names to my maiden name, so your middle name would be Coffee. Or Josh Coffee, if you want.
So
Josh
both
Coffee.
of them have the same.
Oh my God! Wish your middle name was Joe.
Oh,
Like
that
cup
would
of
be
Joe
good.
and then coffee.
I can change it.
Yeah, you could. You're already changing it.
So it'd be like Rachel Coffee Prasad and Aiden Coffee Prasad.
Yeah, but the Coffee would be the middle name, so technically you're still Aiden Prasad, like most of the time, because no one ever asks for your middle name. Instead of
That's
Coffee
interesting.
hyphenate.
That's also very like egalitarian.
Are you against that?
No. I don't know. I have to think about it and research.
What? My maiden name and first name are hyphenated? Did she say that right? That is interesting.
Her first name is Bailey James.
So James is her maiden
That's just
name.
no. That's her first name.
It says
This
my
is
maiden
her
name
maiden
and
name.
first name are hyphenated. So was she Bailey, first name, James, last name, and then she hyphenated it for her first name?
Okay. I don't know.
Yeah, I think those are all the possible options. But yeah, I just thought it'd be interesting because some people are doing things I've never heard of before. Something to think about.
Thinking about it?
Are you thinking about it?
No.
Alright, anything else to say to wrap up?
Remember to, if you like this content, like and subscribe. If you want to see more of me and less of her, comment below. Because, I don't have a YouTube, so I'll just start taking over this one.
I could use the help. I'm okay
Yeah?
with that. Yeah.
Okay. But like, I have to fit your vibe of
Yeah.
media, so like, you have to edit everything.
That's what I need help.
True. Till next time, we should come up with like a catchphrase to use at the end of your videos.
Okay, what is
Nah, we can't. That's tacky. Right brain out.
it? Stop. No.